Welcome back. It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we're about to make you feel real good this morning. We're stepping into the ring with none other than Kevin Lerena, probably known as the KO Kid there on the streets. He's not just South Africa's boxing pride, but also a history maker, becoming the first African fighter to hold the WBC Bridgerweight Championship, a division introduced in 2020, sitting between cruiserweight and heavyweight.
Yeah, this man's doing crazy things here, just putting his body through the most. And after previously dominating as the IBO Cruiserweight Champion, Kevin clinched the WBC title in 2024 and has since defended it in style.
That's right.
Now, most recently against Sergei Radchenko, and it was in May this year. But today, we get to know the man behind the gloves, the champion carrying the South African flag high, and what's next for his incredible career, to say the least.
Come on.
Kevin! Let's put our hands together, baby.
We
the champ is here.
We gotta
have it, man. How you doing?
Feeling?
That was a good introduction.
Are you like
I feel good. I'm pumped now.
Next time for the defense, I'm coming out with you. The champ is here. Boom, 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 boom,
Come on.
Champ.
Everyone needs a hype man, right?
That's true. And a hype woman. We've been
Yes,
practicing.
true.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you so much.
First and foremost, congratulations,
Thank
man.
you. Thank you.
I mean, if we had confetti, we'd be throwing it around right now. Being the first African, not South African, but African fighter to hold the WBC Bridgerweight title. I mean, how does it feel to be a history maker?
You know it, it's amazing. But when I started my career, I always said that's what I set out to do. I want to be the person who defied the odds, known for defying the odds, you know. And having said that, the first WBC Bridgerweight World Champion, but the third ever South African WBC World Champion across all weight divisions. Prior to me was the late Dingaan Tobela and Sugar Boy Malinga. So just to be mentioned amongst those names, for me, that's surreal, because those are guys that paved the way for me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And now hopefully I can pave the way for some other young fighters to carry the flag and to be bearers of the torch and become WBC world champions.
Dude, you've already done incredible things for the country when it comes to the sport as well. And there's so many youngsters that mention your name that are looking up to you. So thank you for that. But also thank you for creating a brand out of yourself.
Yeah.
We call you the Knockout Kid, the KO Kid, bro. And I think for people that have been living under a rock, where does this fighting spirit, the tenacity, and the KO Kid actually really come from?
You know, somebody asked me the other day, they said, so what name are you going by? Is it the KO Kid? Is it Two Guns? And then I stood up and I said, you know what? I'm actually just Kevin. I'm no superhero. You know, people give you these names, or the commentators, presenters give you the names when you're coming up through the ranks. But at the end of the day, I'm just me doing my job and doing what I enjoy. And that's why it's actually not my job. It's something that I enjoy, so I don't have to work a day in my life. And I think when I hang up my gloves, it's going to be really sad, because then I have to go to work.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to do something.
You're going to have to get your hands a bit dirty.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, boxing's been good to me. I'm very blessed.
Oh, we are blessed to see you box. I mean, it's such an incredible thing that you are really putting a spotlight on, because I think it was almost a little bit niche before, where now more eyes are turned towards seeing your fighting spirit and watching the games. So your most recent outing at Wembley saw you face Lawrence Okoli. That's right, eh? Moving up to heavyweight. So tell me a bit more about that and how that sort of affected you, I guess, emotionally, physically, mentally.
You know what? I didn't get the victory, and I'll stand by that. And this is not fight talk. This is just me being honest. I think if I had to fight him 10 times, I'll beat him 7 times. He got the better of me on the night. I lost on points. It just wasn't my night. I was completely off. But it was just another massive moment, you know, to be co-main event. Daniel Dubois versus Usyk, so co-main event at Wembley in front of 97,000 people. For a South African, like Rikus is carrying the flag, you know, in terms of boxing and combat sports, I'm doing my utmost best to be a flag bearer and to carry the flag for South African boxers and to take South African boxing to the rest of the world. Had I got the victory, we'd be in a lot more different position now, but I'm still the Bridgerweight world champion. I just dared to be great. I went up to heavyweight to fight for the WBC heavyweight silver belt, because I want to become a 3-weight division world champion. That's my goal. Cruiserweight, Bridgerweight, then heavyweight. You know, it's not easy, but I think I'm not really yet at the tail end. I'm not ready to hang it up yet. So let's give it another couple of years and see if I can become a heavyweight world champion. That will be the cherry on top for me.
I love that you said you dared to be great, because it does. It takes a certain audacity to believe in yourself and really put yourself out.
But also to dream the way this man's dreaming. It's not like I want one title. I want
give me 3.
Different divisions. It takes like different physical specimens to achieve this.
If you talk about boxing greats, right? if you talk about all the guys, you know, you have your Floyd Mayweathers, you got your Roberto Duran's, Brian Mitchell's of the local side, Dingam Tobelas. But when you talk boxing, you talk Mike Tyson, Holyfield, Muhammad Ali, Usyk. Those are all heavyweights. Yeah. That's my division. And it's not my era, but it's my division right now. So if I could get the fact that I lost to Daniel Dubois for the heavyweight world title in 2022, and now a full 360, we came back and we got another opportunity. So I said to my team, I said, once more to the mountaintop.
Sure.
And this time when we get to the top and we summit, we need to win that heavyweight world title.
Oh, I love
Manifestation
that,
station is going to happen. I can't wait.
I think your mindset is something that I absolutely appreciate because the way you see every opportunity, the way you see every situation, it's information. It's something you can learn from, and it's experience. You're always taking the positives out of it. Can we talk about something that we're still struggling to find positives? The Drickus fight that happened on the weekend, man. Being a fighter yourself, what's your take on the fight? What do you think is the kind of like the lowdown on everything that went down? Because you have a unique perspective on this.
Yeah, I think firstly, it's a disclaimer, I'm not an MMA fighter, so these are my views and my opinion. But having said that, you know, we've got to first give credit to what Drickus du Plessis has done for us as a nation and for us within the combat sports industry. He's carrying the flag and taking it beyond measures. Having said that, look what he's done up until now. It's phenomenal. Yeah. He just went in there with a guy who's an elite wrestler. So now everybody says to me, but why didn't he do this? But why didn't he do that? At the end of the day, it's a fight. You either win or you lose, or there's that small percentage of a draw. It wasn't his night. Is he going to bounce back? Most definitely. You know, are we licking our wounds as South Africans? Most definitely, especially after the Springboks lost too.
Most definitely.
But at the end of the day, this is a fighting sport. This is combat sports. You know, you either win or you lose. And I think a lot of people have said to me he's going to have to get in certain sparring partners to mimic Hamzat's style. I said, you got it all wrong. You're never going to get a guy who's going to get you to the level to fight or wrestle like that man. That man's been wrestling since this age. You got to take your strengths and exploit his weakness without allowing him to use his strength. And Drickus is a phenomenal striker. He's strong. He's one of the strongest guys. I mean, he's a very good friend of mine. He's one of the physically strongest guys that I've ever dealt with.
Kevin's saying that, then you must know.
No, he's strong. He walks around at 102 kilograms and he fights at, I think it's middleweight, which is like 86 or something like that. So there's a lot of weight cuts. So you can imagine how strong he is for that division. But then again, he's not going to get on the level of a Kamzat in terms of wrestling, but people don't appreciate it, and I see this as a fighter. It's like almost in a fight when you go the distance with one of the best in the world and you don't get knocked out. That's an accomplishment on its own. He never got submitted. How good was his submission defense? No one talks about that.
And being put in those positions the way he did and still handling.
And he didn't get submitted. Maybe with a changing game plan, it could be a better night for Drickus, but he's going to come back, he's going to bounce back, but people need to just appreciate what he's done for us as a nation, and that's why I see it.
I like the way he talks. He can stick around. In fact, he's going to stick around. Kevin and Raul are going to go head-to-head in a bit of a demo. It's going to be fantastic. Raul, go on off, please. Go enjoy. And this is the only context that I say let the boys be boys, because Kevin, you can go join him in the demo area over there. We can't wait to get into something good. Listen, if you want to fight like a world champion, then you have to stick around right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, because it's about to go down.